How do there? How are you? Welcome to the RetroTech 120p challenge. Please may I read you a little bit of spiel. Some of clay figurines discovered in the ruins of South America assume dinosaurs on which mankind ride. From this, some were of the option that mankind and dinosaurs lived together. Which is pretty much how I would imagine a creationist would probably write something like that. Badly, and with poor grammar and syntax. And there's more story, but we shall talk about this because Anthony, in his infinite wisdom and charitable nature, has gone on holiday, like I did last week, and has left a turd on the patio. And that turd is Dino Rex. Dino Rex by Taito, which predates Atari's better but still really very average Primal Rage. It's slow, unresponsive, it's laggy, it has terrible collision detection, the graphics are awful, the sound is worse. It's obviously inspired by Arthur Conan Doyle's Lost World and old Harryhausen movies. I'm not going to put a picture up. I don't want to do a top hat gaming man. It's not converted. It was never converted at the time, but it came out on the PlayStation 2 and Switch via some compilations that Taito put out. Sort of pushed out into the ether for people that want to subject themselves to something that looks like this. Yeah. So yeah, the RetroTech 120p challenge is fairly simple. Basically, you play the game. You can have as many practice goes as you want. I did have no practice goes on this because I didn't want to do it. So I just decided to just press start and record and get it over with. I knew what was coming. I don't do very well as a result, but I've done it. It's in the bag. I can carry on my week and not sob too much about it now because it's in the past. Very ropey game. What shall I talk about? Let's talk about general facts of the week. And we are going to talk about dinosaurs, of course. Dinosaurs, yes. Well, it's difficult to talk about dinosaurs and their sexual activities because, primarily, no one really knows because there's no fossil records existing of what dinosaurs, meat and two veg, or their happy clam would look like because, they're made from soft tissues and have long since eroded to nothing. So there's been a lot of speculation by scientists using kind of animals that they're closely related to, things like birds and lizards, to determine what kind of shenanigans they got up to at night time. This is all speculation. Not much better than the creationist thing, really, but at least they're using science to work things out. So a lot of dinosaurs were of similar size, regardless of gender. So it wasn't a case of, a smaller one being mounted by a larger participant or vice versa. As you can see, my first credit's already gone, by the way. They decided that birds and crocodiles. They have an all-purpose tool called the cloaca, and I've discussed the cloaca in previous instalments, but basically what it is it's almost like a multi-purpose Swiss Army knife of bodily functions that handles all the kind of unspeakable, disgusting business that a 10-year-old boy would find hilarious. And the way that birds do it and crocodiles is they get their cloacas and they get them to kiss their cloacas together. Therefore then the DNA is exchanged. Smaller lady dinos were likely to crouch while the man dino moved the tail out of the way before getting down to business and hopping on top baby. Bipedal dinosaurs, well, they would struggle for balance, so it's estimated that things like the T-Rex would use their small Jordan Pickford style tiny arms, which are normally quite useless, to clamp onto their partner so they can align and enjoy blissful marital activities. Probably not married. I don't know. I wouldn't like to go to a dino wedding. Large dinosaurs, of course, they're very big. Things like the Diplodocus, big. Dwarfs are land mammals today, like the elephant and the rhino. They might well have been too heavy to mount properly. So what they might have done is they might have gone to the watering hole, right, for a buoyant knees up. So they get in the water and have put a bit of George Michael on, or the dinosaur equivalent, Careless Whisper, Careless Roar, I guess. And then they would get in the water and use the buoyancy of the water to have sex, and which would make you pity the Stegosaurus or whatever that had to drink that water afterwards. I mean, that's going to have all kinds of stuff in it that we won't think about. Speaking of Stegosaurus and other spined dinosaurs, obviously that would make lovemaking very difficult for them, wouldn't it? So those spines on the back, just, you know, how do you hop onto that? Well, so they speculate that those scientists, those clever bods, they speculate that potentially they may have laid side to side, which is sort of kind of romantic. And the other option is, which isn't romantic at all, is that they kind of backed into each other like a Tesco truck getting into a loading bay. Yeah, I don't really know what to say to that, but that's the end of the dinosaur genital facts, or in this case, genital speculation. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Right, yeah, so I only come back from holidays there, which is why obviously I missed the Hawk tour, or whatever it is, Twin Hawk, or whatever it is. Yeah, I went to Liverpool, which was really fun, but I missed last week's activity, but I did get to play some games up there. If you're ever near the Gravity Max in Liverpool, there is they've got like an Outrun 2 machine, but it's not like I've seen before. So it's got like 4 bodies of cars lined up, and you can put 2 players in each, share the same screen. But what happens is that you can basically, driver 1 will drive the first stage, and then driver 2 drives the second stage, and things like that. It didn't really work. My son was a bit of an idiot and had to keep swapping between seats, and I roundly thrashed him for it. And then we also played, I have no idea what it was, but it was a horse racing game, and the horse bolted up and down, and you had to control it with the bridle, and my groin regretted that one. Being a man of advanced years now, it's not good. It's not good. But yeah, so yeah, if you're in Liverpool, check that Outrun machine out for sure, because yeah, that was good fun. Also played Laser Quest in the Trafford Centre in Manchester, and I haven't done Laser Quest since it left my local one in Tunbridge Wells many moons ago, so that was fun. Anyway, what's coming up on the channel? Well, because I've been away, I did start to say this and then forgot about it. I've actually uploaded this week's video already, which was The Rats, based on a James Herbert book. Incredibly disturbing game to play. It's really unnerving. Cleverly done. Such a clever piece of software. I do urge you, if you've got any interest in spooky games, either watch a video or download it yourself and have a go, either on the Spectrum or the Commodore 64. Commodore 64 one, slight edge due to the heartbeat, but anyway, worth checking out. And then next week, I believe it's I think I've got Blues Brothers. I think it's Blues Brothers next week, and then Britney's Dance Beat the week after that, and then Murder, She Wrote, which we're far into the future at this point. Interesting game, unlike this one. But my go is going to be nearly over. But what I will say to you is, if you do want to take part in the challenge, because I didn't actually explain that earlier, I've been meandering, haven't I? But what it is basically you can have as many practice goes as you want, but as soon as you press record, that is your run. Basically you have 2 credits, see how far you get, and if you win, or even if you lose, basically you get to then go onto the Facebook group and add your choice for what you'd like next week. The wheel will be spun, and who knows what will come out at the other end, and you might get to play, pick a game, and it'll come up on the wheel, and it might be like something that you're really good at, or it's something you want to introduce to a wider audience. And that's the real fun of the RetroTech 120p challenges, because you can kind of introduce games that people may not have played before, or even heard of, including things like this. I'd heard of this game and I'd played it before, and my word, it's not one of Taito's best, and I do love Taito. And you see me being gobbled up, that is the end of my go. But there's still a little bit of an ending to this. After you put in your credits, name in the credits, there's a little story of the pterodactyl. So we'll watch that, and then I can bid you on your way, and you can either join in the challenge, have a look at some of the other videos that other people have done for it. Look, I beat Koala though. Have that, Koala. The pterodon there, and the mother of 7 children, and basically my body's being fed to baby pterodactyls. Lovely. Okay, I'll go away now. So like, subscribe, and thanks, bye.